Hey guys, it's Chris here with Camper Restoration Project in Kansas City. I'm kind of in between time lapses here. I'm making over a course of a few days, so I'll take you inside and show you what I've been doing. Just wanted to catch you up on some stuff on the outside. It is blistering hot out here. It's mid-July, mid to late July here on the 20th, and it's about 100 degrees outside. Heat index is probably 105 easy. All right. So I'm making a real big push lately. I went and bought more insulation. I wanted to put, typically like in a house, you have 2-inch, or not 2-inch rather, you have a higher R value on the floor and the ceiling. And I would like to do that, but in the case of this, it really doesn't matter. I'm actually going to flip it. It's going to be more R value on the walls with 7.5 at 2-inch of this foam board, and 1.5 inch on the ceiling and the floors. And that's because the 1.5 inch lines up nicely with the 2x4 dimensions of both the metal studs in the ceiling and the wood, studs on the floor, the joists. So those align, and then I have that whole 2 inches in the wall cavity to work with for the bigger installation. So anyway, I've got a board out here. This is actually one thing I want to showcase today. I just remembered. This has fully dried. I put water sealant on it. Same with that board there, and all these joists from the floor. Pulled everything out for the purpose of sealing it, because if you saw early on in the videos, there were sections that rotted out from water infiltration, maybe through windows and whatnot. I wanted to prevent that. Shout out to Strausers. There was a gentleman over there, used to own his own lumber store, whatnot, said, why don't you put some water sealant in there? And you know what? I wish I had got that advice earlier, because I want to show you, because this project has dragged on and we had a bout of a ton of rainstorms. I had to pull out 2 pieces of 4x8s that I had perfectly cut down that were not water sealed. So if you can see here, it has rippled up. And screw it, I'll just show you, like what is plywood but a bunch of, several layers glued together. And this is what happens. This is BCX rated plywood, which is better, and they're intended to withstand some rain, but this was over a month without being fully protected. When it rained, a little bit of water got on the sides and the edges. This piece of wood, this one is only at the bottom. This other piece of wood, I don't know if you can tell on that side, but it's the same thing. And that piece, I think, may have gone all the way through. Or all the way. Yeah, that's the bottom. So the bottom's fine. It's here. Yeah, it's in the middle, right? So I could have got away with that, but I just, I'm a bit of a perfectionist, even though my work is not perfect. And I said, why? Now's the time. Do it right. So I'm going to cut these down. I have other uses for it, so it's not a complete waste of money. But, if I'm not using this, that was probably, $45, $50 mistake. What else? Oh, quickly, I got some company here today. The Power and Light KCP&L is putting up a new service here across my camper to this building. So there's been guys working here and renovating this old 2-story building for apartments, for shops. I'm not sure exactly, probably mixed use. And you can see a whole new panel over there. So, if you ask me, that looks like overkill. I mean, look how big that conduit is. And that panel is, I don't know, 600 volts, 480. It seems excessive. But anyway, you know, not my building. What else? Let's take you inside. All right, so you'll be seeing on the time lapse, I don't know the beginning of this or not, whatever I put it, that I've ripped everything out for the purpose of sanding and painting it. So this is exciting because this is my first application of paint, and I'm doing it today. Can't get the rust off 100%. I wish I could, but I've got a couple different options on primer from Rust-Oleum. Let's see if I can show you here. This is the Rusty Metal primer, okay? And this is the Clean Metal primer. Okay, so I obviously have Rusty Metal. So I'm going to use this stuff, the Rusty Metal, where you're not really going to see it because it's going to require 2 coats. It's brown, so that's kind of the issue. On the metal that's on the bumper and the tongue, I'm going to use the Clean, and maybe even the outside here, where it'll sand up a little nicer, and while it's not clean metal, I think it'll still work just fine. This Rust-Oleum stuff is great product out of Vernon Hills, Illinois. And yeah, and what else? What else can I show you right now? Okay, so why I'm at this stage, it's because finally I have all the metal supports in. Okay, I'm gonna put more on the roof, but the key ones here, 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm gonna put another one behind the shower, and then, you know, put one over there. But you know, this one, and this one. So you know, about 4 on each wall. This one goes from the wheel well up, but now the whole thing's secure enough to where I can do the floor. So, all right, that's it. And hope you enjoyed the time lapse, or will enjoy it, and wherever I put it in the editing. And I'll see you further along. Hey guys, this is Chris reporting from Kansas City with the Camper Restoration Project. I'm here at Air Parts, and this is my Ford F-150 borrowed from my friend Duran, so a little shout out to him. I needed to pick up some materials, not only here but also some stuff at Home Depot, some new 4x8 sheets. But here I'm picking up the new aluminum underbelly. So Air Parts is a supplier of aluminum sheets, aluminum tubing, sheet tubing, hardware, mostly for the aircraft, personal aircraft industry, and very, very nice. Most of their orders are for shipping, but I'm very thankful to have them local. So gave me some this is very competitive pricing on aluminum. And this is their magazine I have here in my hand. I'll show you. Your aluminum source. And I'm just going to tell you what I got. So I deferred to their experience as to what type of aluminum I should get. So if you look on this price sheet, I got the 5052H32, the thickness of 0.025. This is typically what campers use for underbellies. And if you read the description, this was $8.95. Here it's actually marked at 920 per linear feet. I got almost 32 feet. If you look at this 5052, it's the highest strength in the non-heat treatable alloys. The fatigue strength is higher than most aluminum alloys. So it's not, you know, not all aluminum is created equal. There is several lower. I don't know if this is an ISO standard or ASTM or what, but this is that 5052. So here I got, a little windy day, here I got 4 sheets, 93 inches long, so that's the width of the camper, by 4 feet. And so I'm going to have, similar to how it was, I'm going to have strips going from front to back, 4 of them, overlapping ever so slightly. I may rivet them together with pop rivets, and not crimping them in the same amazing way that it was done originally. That would be very difficult for me to do. But anyway, so yeah, this is about as shiny as it's going to get. The higher grade stuff you can polish up more for an exterior grade. But I'm very pleased with this. I tried to salvage, as you may recall from an earlier video, the underbelly, but really there were holes in it already, and I decided the best thing to do, and the time is now when I have access, to just replace it. So I'm going to step on inside here and show you a little bit about what Air Parts is about. You probably already got the gist of it, but I'm gonna walk through the door here. I got permission, so this is where Pam's normally sitting. Hey. This is Pam and Chris. Hey guys. So here we are inside. This is where you can get a lot of the materials. So I'm going to walk you through what Pam talked to me a little bit about. And forgive me, I won't get this perfect, but she and they are very busy, so I won't take her time again to explain. But let me show you some of these things here. So these are called Cleco, C-L-E-C-O. These are side grips. So if you're trying to put two pieces of aluminum together, you would use this tool. Where's the tool? Right here. This tool. And it would expand this and allow you to pinch on an end two pieces of aluminum together so you could rivet them. Here, this is a 3/16 Cleco that allows you, same tool, to drill a hole and bring two pieces together so that you can rivet them. So I probably will get some of these, but right now I'm just picking up the metal. But they have all sorts of stuff here. The machine screw flats, stainless nuts, more than I could really get in and explain to you. But I'm going to come over to the rivets here really quick and just go through what we talked about. So from childhood, I'm familiar with these type of rivets. The pop rivet, if you can see that, real small. I'm thinking about getting these rivets. So they're aluminum, nice lightweight, corrosion resistant as this aluminum. And these are your traditional pop rivets. They're mechanically driven. You do not need to access the back side, so that's a benefit there. The other type here is called buck rivets. And if you look at the buck rivets, you can see they're a little different. They don't have that long kind of tube at the end. Now this you do need to have access to the back, and it's pneumatically driven with air. So this is called a bucking bar, right? So this you have to get behind it, driving the buck into this, and then it expands. And don't ask me how all these are used, but these are different bucking bars for different situations. So yeah, so that's, and there's different grades, different types of materials, and different sizes. So lengths, widths, and even materials, like I mentioned earlier with the buck rivets. There's aluminum, but there's some other material, I believe. Okay, so what you don't see here are Olympic rivets, which is the company that makes the ones you see on Airstreams. They're going to be apparently manufacturing more, but right now there's none in store here. So yeah, so I was originally thinking just sheet metal screws, but I think I am going to go ahead and do the rivets. So I'm just doing a quick little walk around here. I'm not even going to go through all these, but you got, you know, nuts, screws, nothing that sounds too exciting, but if you're doing this type of work, it's very nice to have these additional supplies in-house. So I'm going to quickly kind of show you the floor, what's over here. As Chris mentioned, you know, this is just rolled aluminum, not too exciting, not too sexy. So I'm going to provide her some pictures of my project. Before, after, along the way. You know, I told her don't expect the most professional of jobs, so it's up to her if she wants to use it. But that's about it. So here we are at Air Parts. I just wanted to showcase a little bit of what they do, and I'm here in Kansas City, and I recommend using them.